Welcome to the Temple of Limitless Light. This is the seventh in our series of planetary invocations. Please click follow or join, our YouTube channel. So if we can get enough followers, we can start offering our art as a product on the page. And I was really looking forward to that. So as a study of planetary magic, we've been invoking each of the planet's energies as both its wave of planetary energy, this, the seven rays theory, where the universe of mind is created by the seven planetary rays or seven planetary qualities or archetypal energies that flow down from the creator and mingle with the elements and weave out the whole universe, this whole Maya that we're all experiencing and playing in. We wanted to experience each planetary energy by itself as a form of initiation, as an empowerment, so that when we do further planetary energy rituals, where we combine a planet and element, which are the Enochian seniors, or a planet within a planet, which are the angels of the Planarium, we will be initiated into these different energies and be able to feel them in our bodies, because that's really the most important aspect. When we go through and we do all this ritual work, we create a trance state connection, an authentic connection, and you really want to be able to feel the energy flowing through you. In this case, it's the energy of Saturn. We did this one last because it corresponds to Kabbalistic Sephra Bina, very high on the tree, or to Da'at, which is the connection, the crossing of the abyss from the phenomenal world of duality to the world of beyond illusion, to the singularity, beyond the illusion of duality that is sort of necessary for this creation to exist. So I will begin the ritual demonstration tonight. Feel free to just kick back and allow it flow over you. The first rite will be a temple opening, where I will create sacred space and call the four archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, to act as our guides and guardians. Then I will do the Rose Ankh Vortex, which creates a web of feminine energy, that the womb, in effect, that will contain and how nurture the energy so that they build. Within that, I'll do the greater ritual of the hexagram, which creates the energy of a particular planet. Hexagram rituals are for planetary magic. And so I will be drawing the invoking pentagram for Saturn, or hexagram, sorry, and invoking it, God name Yehovah Elohim, powering up, filling that womb with this Saturnian energy and creating that resonant field. Once that field of energy is really strong, I will read the hymns of Orpheus for Chronos, which is the ancient Greek religion's hymn to the Titan Chronos, who's Saturn, Chronos or Saturn, depending on the Greek or Roman, to call that archetype in. And at that point, I will then just read a guided visualization to help you sort of visualize the qualities and aspects of basically becoming Saturn, so that you can feel the energies of Saturn in your being. And then when you do planetary magic later, you just recall that feeling, and you'll be able to pull that energy back up. So without further ado, and of course I'm wearing my black robe for Saturn. Oh, let me get this camera set up. There we go. Little Saturnian incense, including storax, which would be traditional. If spend a little more time fooling with this. All right, there we go. So to begin with, we always do the Kabbalistic cross. So we connect to our highest self, bring the energy down, ground it in the earth, balance it. And when we're working in a group, the Kabbalistic cross helps us to all unite our energies together and be on the same frequency. Belly breathing. Visualize yourself growing larger and larger, up through the atmosphere, through into outer space, till the earth is but a small ball beneath your feet. Visualize a brilliant ball of light above your head. Reach up, touch the light, bring it down to your forehead, and vibrate. Thou art. Then bring the light down through your heart chakra, through the center of your being, and ground it in the center of the earth, to the very fiery center of the earth itself, so that you're standing in a column of light. And vibrate. Malkut, the kingdom. Bring the light up to your left shoulder. Visualize a ball of brilliant blue light, of pure, unselfish love. Bring that light across to your right shoulder, a ball of pure red energy, representing your will. Feel the energy in. Leolam. Amen. The temple consecration, creating sacred space. The temple of limitless light. We stand in a garden of our own creation. The foliage is luxuriant and in full bloom. The fruit trees hang heavy with the harvest of our own effort and diligence. For a moment, we pause at the fountain to refresh ourselves and enjoy the gentle, aromatic breeze. And then we stand and start down the path that leads beyond the wall and into the wilderness. The forest beyond is ancient and huge. We hear the calls of birds, beasts, and insects. The path leads to an ancient place in the very heart of the wilderness, to a megalithic circle of polished stone, wherein is found the obsidian gateway. There we are confronted with a dark reflection of ourselves within the cold stone. With courage, we banish all doubt and fear. And with acceptance, we claim our power. Thus made whole and empowered, we step through our reflection and into the beyond. The creation of the holy water. Most pure substance, you're the first, without limits and without form. You're the basis for all that is. Most perfect fractal, you're the second. You are found within all things, but have no substance of your own. You are the pattern of all creation. Motion, it's a child of space and time. All things move and all things change. This elixir embodies the forces of creation, that it may sanctify the sacred temple. Let there be light. The temple has been purified. Circle of light. This is the cauldron of transformation, wherein all wonders are possible. Let the great works accomplished here reverberate throughout heaven and earth. As it is below, so shall it be above. As it is within, so shall it be without. Summoning of the watchtowers. Yehovah. I invoke thee, Raphael, regal archangel of healing. Grant us clarity that we may understand the voice of the higher self. Adonai. I invoke thee, Mikael, armored angel of protection. Grant us your insight that we may evolve to reach the most sublime aspects of our higher selves. I invoke thee, Gabriel, Archangel of the Chalice and the Silver Crescent. Grant us your compassion and help us to be patient in our connection to others as we evolve along the path. Agila. I invoke the Uriel, Archangel of Abundance. Help us to thrive in this material world, that we may have the resources to pursue our spiritual path. Ararita. I invoke the power of my holy guardian angel. With the assistance of the archangels of the Tetramorph, we have attained the knowledge and conversation of our own holy guardian angel, and thus achieve our life's potential. The temple structure is now complete. The final blessing. Inheritor of a dying world, we call thee to living beauty. Wanderer in the wild wilderness, we call thee to the gentle light. Long hast thou dwelt in darkness. Quit the night and seek the day. We have traveled to the regions beyond to create a place of power. A place once dark, it's now filled with light. The forces of the universe have come to sanctify the sacred space and witness the great works that shall herein follow. The temple of limitless light is open. The Rose Ankh Vortex. The valley spirit never dies. It is the woman, primal mother. Her gateway is the root of heaven and earth. It is like a veil barely seen. Use it. It will never fail. Uwabate, one who is pure. I call thee Nayet, pure one, who stands at the dawn of time, weaving the world into being. Wearer of the red crown of Lower Egypt, you hold the Wa scepter of power over chaos. Your judgment is respected even by the gods, for you see the truth of how our world could be, perfect and ideal. Hail and welcome, Nayet. Yeah, to be born free. I call thee Ba'ast, cat-headed goddess of justice and pleasure. You drink deeply of the world's delights. and you can command respect from all. You are the imperative of true will, and all follow you in search of self-knowledge. Hail and welcome, Ba'ast. Meyer, to love. I call thee Mut, primal mother of the gods, regal goddess, wearer of the vulture crown, whose soft wings protect and nurture all. Your selfless love teaches us what it means to be human. Hail and welcome, Mut. She'isa, wisdom. I call upon thee, Nephthys, excellent goddess, whose outstretched wings offer comfort and assistance to all. From you we learn not to fear the darkness and the transformation it contains. Hail and welcome, Nephthys. Deshet, eternity. Great goddess Isis, I call to you, Isis, who is crowned with the sun, the moon at her feet. Isis, the greatest of all magicians. You're all goddesses and all women. You're the eternal spirit of womanhood, the sustainer of peace, of life, and giver of civilization. Hail and welcome, Isis. Uabate, Seya, Anmer, Shishet, Se Shet, Usasat. Sanctuary. We seek sanctuary in the embrace of the goddess. The walking of the spiral. She is the unity of all. She is the light on the path. In her all things move. In her all things live. She is love, and all things respond to her. She is the unity of all. She is the light on the path. In her all things move. In her all things live. She is love, and all things respond to her. She is the unity of all. She is the light on the path. In her all things move. In her all things live. She is love, and all things respond to her. The Rose Ankh Vortex is complete. The greater ritual of the hexagram. To call the energies of Saturn to fill the space. With holy voice, I call the stars on high, pure sacred lights and genii of the sky, celestial stars, the progeny of the night, in whirling circles, beaming far your light. Refulgent rays around the heavens ye throw, eternal fires, the source of all below. With flame significant of fate ye shine, and aptly rule for humanity a path divine. And 7 bright zones ye run with wandering flames, and heaven and earth compose your lucid frames. With course unwearied, pure and fiery bright, forever shining through the veil of night, hail twinkling, ever joyful fires, propitious shine on all our just desires. These sacred rites regard in conscious rays, and end our works devoted to your praise. Yehovah Elohim Ararita. Siler and Inceptor, Emperor and King of all things mortal, hail him, Lord of Spring. Yehovah Elohim Ararita. Behold the chariot through the water floods, the sangreal life and rapture, wine and blood. Yehovah Elohim Ararita. Adjustment, rhythm, rise through every act. Wild is the dance, its balance is exact. Yehovah Elohim Ararita. Eopan, upon the summits, the god goat leaps in wild lust of ecstasy afloat. Ararita. The call of the 5th ray of Saturn, the green ray of logic. The power of unity is given by the mind of perfect thoughts. Laws are made to assist both spirit and humanity to find their true wills and know their appointed place. And therefore it is made for manifest the Galas ray. Be friendly unto us, for we are the same as you, worshipper of the highest. Alanesh de Koma del lugar of Helia Maninde Yada Angelar. Ohorola Shazam Gohoroa Ga Od Kurdiz. Om Vaoyan Gimanzu. Om Piliar. Uka ulin izazas gelas il tritmal. Lorge lap zirdo no ko maade hawas de jaita. The invoking matrix of Saturn is complete. The hymn to Saturn. Eternal Father, mighty Titan, hear, great fire of the gods and men, whom all revere. Endowed with various counsel, pure and strong, to whom perfection and decrease belong. Consumed by thee all forms that hourly die, by thee restored to their former places supply. The world immense in everlasting chains, strong and ineffable, thy power contains. The Father of vast eternity divine, O mighty Saturn, various speech is thine. Blossom of earth, and the end of the starry skies, husband of Rhea, and Prometheus' wife, obstetric nature, venerable root, from which the various forms of being shoot. No parts particular can thy power enclose, diffuse through all, from which all the world arose. O best of beings, of a subtle mind, propitious here to holy prayers incline, these sacred rites benevolent attend, and grant a blameless life and a blessed end. The guided visualization for Saturn. After a long journey, you are standing in a vast open space. The floor is polished black obsidian, and before you is a wall of mirror that goes on as far as you can see. You don't know how the area is lit, but you can clearly see your reflection in the mirrored wall. You have the feeling that you are in a very high place, like a temple on the top of a high mountain. It was a long, difficult climb to make it here, and the only way forward to the realm of Saturn is through the mirrored wall that blocks your progression. You stare at the reflection of yourself. If you try to press through the mirror, your reflection meets you and stops you. You realize that this is just an illusion, a false self blocking you on the path. The ego is frightened of what will happen if you press on beyond the illusion. Will it be destroyed? Or will it change so much as to be unrecognizable? You look into your own eyes and summon all the wisdom that you have gained on the path. You feel compassion for your frightened illusion self. Don't be afraid. We will go together beyond, and together we shall return. The illusion of our uniqueness, we will pass beyond and then return. Slowly, slowly, your reflection fades from the mirror surface. You feel calm, and you notice a gentle pull towards the empty mirror surface. You reach out and find that the surface is like the surface of a calm lake, and it yields to your touch. You walk through the looking glass, beyond the illusion of duality. Once you pass through the illusion of duality into what seems to be a wild, powerful storm, lightning and wind assail you. Your senses are overwhelmed. You focus and remember, Aurarita. And a bubble of peace forms around you, like the eye of a hurricane. A voice speaks. You have returned. You're not sure of where it's coming from. You look around and you see a person in the distance who at once looks like an old but powerful man wearing a gray robe, holding a scythe. You have heard my call, and I have guided you home. But now the being is a black, naked woman holding a skinning knife that drips blood. You have returned from duality with the wisdom gained from the beyond the abyss. Getting closer, the form is now changing again. Now a tall woman wearing a gown of hummingbird feathers, green and iridescent. On her arms are hung white feathers, like the wings of a great bird. On her head is a deep blue Egyptian headdress called a nemes, and her eyes and features are very dark. In her hand, she holds a large white feather. Be at peace. I am in my form as Ma'et, in this in-between space. This form you know as the giver of law, of order. She holds the white feather in her two hands and offers it to you. Touch the feather of truth and remember who you were, who you are, and who you will be. You reach out and touch the soft feather. And as you do, you feel the inrush of a great ancient power. Suddenly now you're in a new place, a vast void, like the deep space. You know that this is the source of all things, timeless and unchanging. The very source of all creation. Suddenly, there is a burst of light and energy chaotically exploding outward, the first emanation from the void itself. You're still holding the feather of truth. And instinctively, you wave the feather through the chaotic energies of creation, combing the wild forces into strands of fine energy. And then again to weave matter, and the world of matter begins to form from the warp and woof of the energy that you're ordering. Soon, you are standing on the mound of creation, an island of form in the vast sea of the unformed creation. The foundation is Ma'et. It is the potential for order in the universe, but it is static and unchanging. You feel what is needed is the ability for change. The feather transforms in your hand into the blade of a scythe. With the scythe, you separate above from below, creating space. The past from the future, creating time. And within this world, life begins to grow. And the sun rises for the first time. The first day, the light shines over the island. Plants grow, and then birds, and then fish, and the other animals appear. And then in time, even people. It is a beautiful, perfect world, a golden age. There is no death, there is no disease. It is a perfect paradise. And yet it is still static. Nothing changes, nothing evolves. There is no growth, just an endless repeating cycle. You summon up within yourself all the love and compassion that you have, and you transform your scythe into a skinning knife. With a black hand, you slice, separating life from death. With this gift, the world is made perfect. The age of death, there is now growth and evolution. The spirit enters into matter, learns in the world, and returns to spirit, changed by the experience. Sit for a moment and meditate on the spiral journey of spirit. Now is the time to think about what it is about your karma, about your fate that you'd like to change. What would you like to see evolve? What would you like to see disappear and go away? What is it that you would like to see change in your life? Now, with the power of Saturn, with the power of karma, you have the ability to alter your fate, alter your destiny, to remove the obstacles and create the open path to what you would like to manifest in your life. If you have a talisman or a stone or other object that you'd like to charge with Saturnian energy, now would be the time to hold it and visualize it being filled with the black light type of energy, the power over karma and fate. The knife returns to its form as the white feather, truth. And then you realize that Ma'et is before you once again. This, she says, this is the truth of the world and its creation. And you have returned to the source as was long intended. Return now with the truth revealed to you. Slowly, Ma'et changes and changes to look like yourself. And you realize that you are once again looking into the mirrored wall. You'd like to sit, I will shut down. in the temple. You are free to continue meditating on your vision. We thank the Uriel for your grounding and centering. We thank you, Gabriel, for the ecstatic states of being you bring to us. Thank you. We thank you, Mikael, for your illumination and protection. We thank you, Raphael, for your clarity and balance. And we thank you, Saturn, Chronos, for your wisdom and inspiration. By this merit, may all sentient beings quickly find enlightenment and freedom from ignorance and suffering and the causes of suffering. May the sick find health. May the hungry find food. May the imprisoned find freedom. And may all sentient beings quickly find liberation. The ritual is now complete.